Hi guys, welcome to day 7 of our 30-day video challenge about remote working. During the past 6 days, we've talked about numerous issues about the challenges that people are facing doing remote working. We've talked about productivity tools, etc. But today we're talking about organizing or managing virtual meetings. There are a couple of tips or things you should look at when running a virtual meeting. I'm going to be talking to you about 12 things. The first thing you need to think about is the environment. When I mean environment, of course, your virtual meeting is done online, but the place where you are taking that virtual meeting matters. You need to ensure that wherever you're doing your meeting, the environment is clean, is quiet, there's less distraction, and is conducive for you. I mean, you need to be sure that the kind of chair that you're seated on is a comfortable one, because these days, if you're working remotely, you actually spend longer hours attending to Zoom calls or Teams meeting, and you may end up having things like back pain. So if the seat is not comfortable, sorry. Ensure that the environment where you're operating for, the lighting is good, they can see you properly. It's not that it's dark and it gives a very bad impression of yourself. Ensure that you have very good lighting wherever it is you're anchoring this meeting, or a place where there's this sunlight coming from the windows that you can see clearly. The second thing you need to think about is technology, right? Because virtually every virtual meeting you will be doing will require the use of technology. So you must understand how to use video conferencing tools like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Skype, whatever it is that your organization uses. You must know how to use features like how to share presentation or files or videos when you are doing a remote presentation. You must also know how to conduct polls. Be early to the meetings, right? I think it's wrong for you to just barge in the meeting and disrupt it and start asking questions like you want to get updated on what had taken place early. Always good to be there early. Make sure you've tested your devices to ensure that things are working, that the mic is working properly, that your sharing is working the way it is, and you have very good internet. It's always a very clumsy experience when a meeting is going on for the person who is sharing the meeting to be scattered and trying to get themselves together. You must also respect people's privacy when you are running a virtual meeting for yourself and for others. What do I mean? What I mean is very simple. One, if you are holding the meeting in a place where you feel that the place is not conducive, it is advisable that you should use virtual background. So if, let's say, you were in the kitchen and people were doing things, which is a dangerous place where you should be anyway, I mean, just a very far out example, you should try and use a virtual background. All the video conferencing tools these days have started providing for such features. The other thing is that once you're in a virtual meeting, it's important to state in advance and let everybody that is on the call know that you're about to commence recording. That way people are fully conscious and you don't have a massive or legal situation in your hand. For example, if it's your client that is involved or a third party who are either sensitive about recording. Even if you're conducting a coaching session or working for a client, it's important to always state upfront that you are recording the video. Amotayo, quickly, come and change.
Change for what?
Because they're small now. Yep. So I was talking about earlier on that people should come early, right? Yes. So how do you ensure that people come early? By ensuring that the virtual meeting that you are holding is on everybody's schedule. So you must know how to schedule meetings properly using those tools that are available to you. Whether you're using calendaring in Google or calendaring within Outlook, or the calendaring that is available within those remote tools that you're using like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. It's important for you to set a date at a time that has been agreed for your meeting. That way people know about it. And it also helps for you to send reminder, because we all have busy schedules. We want to ensure that people always remember when those meetings will take place. So remember to calendarize your meetings. Why come to a meeting and not have an agenda? Number 7, you need to have an agenda, because with an agenda, the meeting will flow in a seamless way, things will be done in an orderly way, and there will be some level of control. So number 7, always have an agenda. That way, time will better be managed. When you're in a virtual meeting, it's important that people can hear you clearly, especially where we have bandwidth issues, right? So video may be choppy and things may not be clear. But the worst thing that you should have challenges with when you're holding a virtual meeting is sound. Because in the very end, people want to hear you. So it is important that people can hear you. So ensure that you speak loud, you speak close to the mic, check the mic of your device, your laptop or your phone, whichever device you're using to join the call, that people can hear you clearly. The other thing you need to do is, once you are having a virtual meeting, that you should remember to always look at the screen when speaking. People don't want where you're speaking and your head is facing this direction. That's not good. If you're using 2 monitors, try and ensure that the video session or the Zoom session or the team session you're having is directly before you so that you can see. If you're using 2 screens, which I would advise if you do a lot of presentation, try to use 2 screens. So my next point about things you can do to ensure that you have a very good virtual meeting is that if you do that repeatedly, if you can afford it, please kindly have a second screen. That way you can ensure that you can put part of where the participants are on a separate screen and the sharing you're doing at another screen. But remember that once you're speaking in a virtual meeting, that you should always remember to look at the screen. Lastly, number 12 is that you must be alive, right? Having virtual meeting shouldn't be boring. You must be present. People must feel your energy when you're speaking. So for me, those are the 12 things you need to know about virtual meeting. It is possible that I might have omitted some. Whatever it is, please, if I've omitted anything, kindly put them down in the comment section. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow again when we talk about day 8. It's going to be a surprise. I won't tell you. Wait for it till we come. Till then, see you and have fun. Cheers. Don't forget to like this video if you find any part of it insightful and useful to you. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly do so.